What's up? What's up? It's your boy Mean Joe Green, aka Prince of the Ghetto. Yeah, I want to talk about something what 50 Cent said on his Instagram yesterday. He posted, well, first of all, they said that it's an alleged sex tape out of Diddy and his baby mama and their sex worker, and it's floating around. I haven't seen it, but I just be hearing about it. And um, and 50 put up a post on Instagram and said, let me see what he said. He said, so she's not a victim. Sire is. And Sire is his son. And he said, can you imagine going to 8th grade to find out this is your mom? The court system in LA think it's fine. And what he mean about that is, y'all know when y'all was in school, how the kids used to tease you and how they made you felt when you was a kid. I'm sure over 90% of people have been teased at school and didn't like the feeling and felt embarrassed and, was mad about it. And as we can see these days, these kids are more sensitive. So when they get teased at school, I've been hearing kids be talking about committing suicide. Don't want to go to school anymore, none of that. And that's where a lot of these parents need to take under consideration. This internet is here to last forever. So if you was a parent and you got kids and you on the internet, dancing, twerking, or making sex tapes and letting it flow and y'all thinking it's cool, because these females these days, they don't care about that. They're not ashamed of anything that they do that's nasty. They're not ashamed of none of that. But what they don't understand is if they have kids, especially sons and daughters, that tape or whatever you got, naked pictures or whatever that you doing now that you think is cool, is going to remain on the internet for years to come. And your child is growing. Your child have to go to school. And everybody can see this. So if one of those kids get a hold to that tape that you have done in your younger day, and they find out that that's his or her mother, then the kids can float the information around and tease your child through their whole school year. And you know how that will make a child feel? When they got to look like that's their mother, and then that child get to see that mother act like that, have a sex tape and do things inappropriate on the internet. That'll make that child feel terrible. And a lot of that is going on, is catching up to these parents that's doing all those type of things nowadays, that in the future, as that child grow, will catch up, and that child gonna have to see that. And plus that child friends, and you see how kids do at school, have to go to school and be and get embarrassed by the parents' action. And I just want to bring that up because Scottie Pippen's son, Preston Pippen, he put up a post that said he was bullied in school when they found out that Scottie Pippen, which is his dad, wife, which is his mom, cheated on Scottie Pippen with the rapper Future. And he said while he was at school, the kids will play the Future's music. We don't want to never end. We don't want. I'm just singing the song, but we're referencing to his mother cheating on his dad, Scottie Pippen, with Future. And he said he was so ashamed about that. He said it just made him feel sick in the stomach. But he said, he kind of outgrew that, and he can kind of talk about that now. But he had to go through that in his high school days, when his mother cheated on Scottie Pippen with the rapper Future. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's happening. Because this internet is here to stay. So what you put out on the internet now, next year after that, 10 years down the line, if anybody can pull up your old footage, they can have a day with it. Especially if they want to, market as a joke, or now they coming up with AI. They can really do some things with your videos and photos nowadays. So imagine what they gonna be able to do with those things in the future, with the future apps that will be coming out. So I just want to, just speak about, you parents be mindful what you throwing on this internet if you love your kids. Because one day your kids will have to grow up and we'll see your behavior of how you doing now. And the parent may become old, get older, but the information will be still out there, and your child getting older and understand all of this, and they look and be like, "Damn, my mama doing that. Man, I can't believe, man." And then his friend find, "I saw your mama on there with that dude, man. She was getting hammered." And look what your child got to be like, "Oh my God." Then he got to go to school and look at all his classmates, all them looking at him funny because they saw the tape. And look what you'll put your child through, what he have to go through, because it be some nasty kids in there too. Them nasty kids will be all type of jokes and things that'll make your child go through pure hell in that school. 50 Cent just throwing it out there like, man, his son is the victim. His son gonna have to go through this, because when his son get to high school and they find out Diddy, this a big high profile case. They gonna see that that's Diddy was the one on that tape that had his mother, and his mother was with two dudes. That's enough to make a child just throw in the towel. So I just want to, just speak about that, because I've been seeing a lot of things like this lately, man, when the kids get to find out things that their parents done, and now they understand what their parents did, and now they ashamed of it, because they see that everybody around them saw the bad behavior or whatever what their parents did. And the child get capped on for that, man. So y'all parents, be mindful. If you love your kids, man, because, we all don't want our kids to be faced, especially in school, and everybody just on him and against him, and they, making him feel bad because of problems you did. A lot of things like sex, if that's what you do, cool. But if it's a way that, you can kind of keep that private, do that on your own time without the cameras or nothing, then that'll be a better way if you have kids, man. That's basically what I'm saying, because your actions will catch up with you. And in many cases, the child suffer from it because it's all over the internet and everybody still gets to see it. So I feel 50 on it. When everybody thinking that his baby mama is the victim, 50 like, hell no. Their son is the victim. And I 100% agree with that. He's right. So shout out to 50 for that, man. I just wanted to throw that out there. And that's what it is, man. This internet is a motherfucker. Believe it. You made it this far in the video, like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. And as always, I'm coming back with some more flavor. And it's all good. It's your boy, Mean Joe Green. Love. I'm about